Brush. I'm sure we've all at one time had the old Pash H, which is a single action airbrush. Most of it, well, maybe not you, Chuck, everybody else has. That's a very basic start. I think I bought this about 1980, 81 from Ace Hobbies in New York. Buffalo, New York.
Attention, please.
Okay, then we moved on to the double action airbrushes, the Iowatas. This is an Iowata double action airbrush. Revolution, quite inexpensive, maybe 120 bucks. Very nice little brush. Then you can move on to maybe a more expensive one. You get up to $200, $300, whatever you want to spend. A compressor. In this case, I've got the little Iowata Sprint Jet compressor. It's a nice little compressor. It's very quiet. In fact, that's it running. You can almost hardly hear it at all. Gives you anywhere from up to about 30 psi. 35 psi, probably 0.1, 0.2 cubic feet per minute. I normally airbrush with Tamiya paint around about the 14, 15 inch pounds, or not pounds, there we go. PSI, sorry, pounds per square inch, there we go there. Okay, the paint which I normally use is Tamiya paint. This is the acrylic paint. Now in the past everybody's been thinning it with the X20A, which is the acrylic thinner. But recently, people have been going over to using the lacquer thinner. Now, the lacquer thinner gives you a much better, it goes on better, it's more resilient for when you dry brush or you put washes on top. But for tonight, I'm just going to use the X20A because it's not smelly. This is a little bit more smelly when you put it on because it's a lacquer thinner, but it goes on really nice, and you can clean it up using methyl hydrate. I get this methyl hydrate from Canadian Tire. Okie doke. So basically what you have to do, first of all, you have to put the paint. So normally I get the Tamiya paint here. One of these little mixers. Give it a good mix. Okie dokie. So it's thoroughly mixed. So I'll put in maybe half the thinner, but 50% thinner, 50% paint. Little eyedropper which you can get from any drugstore.
What's in the?
Just water. Just water. Just to.
Okay, you can get another one.
Yes.
Any drugstore.
Yes, another one. Okay, there we go. Well, I should have actually put the. There we go. Just a little bit this in.
Is there any hard part? I'm sure there is lots of art and science in mixing inside the actual airbrush.
Well, this is there. This is not. Fine. Okay, then little Tamiya Coke spoon, very useful for recreational pharmaceuticals. When I'm hanging out with the Toronto Mayor, we often have a little we're airbrushing. Okay, so basically I've got thinned it down approximately 50%. It's always best when you're painting to put on multiple light coats. Don't go just put a light coat on. There we go. On this, I'm going to do it on this one, for example here. You see here, just on there, build it gradually up. Now the nearer you go, the smaller the line. You can adjust this one, a double action. You can pull it, you push down to release the air, pull it back, let the paint out. Now, does anybody want to have a go at this? Anybody want to try doing this? Hands on?
Matt, have you done it? Give it a go. Give it a go. See what it's like.
Give us like.
Don't be afraid of it. If Sandy can do it.
Well,
You'll always remember your first piece.
there we go. Just hold it there. All right. Push it down to. Let's just try it across here, right? Then pull it back. Pull it back.
Oh.
There we go. You're pushing it down to let the air flow.
Push it all the way back down first.
Push it all the way, then pull it back. All right? Okay, see it? Okay, and you build up multiple coats. That'll give you a nice finish. All right. Anyone else want to have a go? Who else wants to have a go? Anybody else want to have a go at airbrushing?
Thank you very much.
I'll be jumping across here. Come on, in the blue shirt. Come on, have a go. Don't be shy. Do it.
Do it till you're satisfied.
There we go. Now see, just hold it in your hand here.
This is double action.
Double action. Hold it in your hand. All right. And then push it down. Push it down. Push it down. Push this thing down here. Now try it with your thing like that. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Just push it down and pull it back.
Sandy, is that your Sherbert?
Now, this is a little Iowata Revolution.
The harder steam back.
My harder Steenbeck.
I'm telling you.
Now see, you have a little twirlies. You put it closer down.
It's the brush.
Yeah, I know. And that's totally right.
All right. See what you're doing?
Practice.
Practice. All you got to do is practice. There we go. Then you push it further down. Push it closer. You can get a much. I can just drop the pressure a little bit here.
What compressor is that?
It's an Iowata Sprint Jet.
What's the cost factor on that?
Pardon?
What's the cost factor on that?
I don't know.
The compressor?
Compressor. It goes up to about 30 psi.
No, no.
How much does it cost?
Oh, cost. They're about.
$250.
How much is that? Yeah, they're cost you there.
There's Curry's selling them.
Yeah.
The other one.
Yeah.
There's Curry's blows it like they could have like a half off sale.
But not recently. It's like keep going in. I always ask them when the sale is on. They say we're not having on.
Yeah, but that's because they say, oh, Sandy's.
Yeah, it's cheap bugger. Right. Okay.
He's Scottish painful, what do you do?
Yeah. This is thin with this X20. All right. So
If it's a color thing.
you can use water or you can use a lacquer. But this is what I use. Okay. So basically, as I said, all you do is you push down, pull back. All right. If you want to get a thinner line, you can go closer, turn the air pressure down a little bit. So you can write your name, but I could write my name on here.
If you knew how to spell.
You're gonna get painted before you're done.
You're gonna get a kitty cat on your face and
You're
leave it
gonna have a
out.
big black mark right around.
I thought I was gonna have.
Do we have enough time I can give it a try?
Yeah, come on. Anyone wants to have a go? Come up here. It's supposed to be a hands-on demonstration. It's not
I've
just.
owned one for a
I know
while.
how to do this. So, all right. So just hold it like that. Push it down, and that reaches the air. Then pull it back. Okay.
That's
Now, if
why
you want
it's
to
not
make a smaller line, get closer in. Okay. All right.
Now, you're saying build up to finish?
Yeah. For example, see it.
I'm an automotive
Yeah.
builder.
Yeah.
Would we use heavier, because we go for the very
Oh,
high
you're
gloss
talking to the wrong
finishes?
guy.
I don't know what we can use. We could be using lacquer. You probably the same thing. Probably do multiple coats, right?
Yeah, but that's what I'm asking. Would we better with a high gloss finish, or are you better off to use a heavier coat?
No, I wouldn't think so. I would still think you'd have to build up lightly. Because when you paint a real car, you put on like 14 coats, right? You don't put one coat on. That's just electrostatic. But the old Rolls Royces and things all put multiple coats.
Okay, everybody can go home. I'm gonna do this for a while.
Yeah, all right. Okay, no, just try again. Just push it down, and then try. If you want to go closer, I can turn the pressure down there a little bit for you, and you can get a much thinner line.
What pressure are you using now?
Right now it's about 10 psi.
Oh wow, that's why I'm barely getting into it.
Yeah, you can and just pull it back. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it's okay. Just play around with it. It's gone. $200. We can get you some Dave Brown's at Hornet or Curry's, or I think maybe even
Wheels and wings?
do Wheels and Wings sell Iowata?
They sell Greg's.
Grex, yeah. So there's different types of Grex. So basically, that's what you do. You just paint that. Now, once you've used all your paint,
Sandy, which brush have you got?
an Iowata.
Which one?
This is the Revolution.
Oh, the Revolution.
This is one of the entry model ones.
Yeah.
It's quite inexpensive.
Yeah, $89.
Pardon?
I've seen it at 89.
I think I paid $60 for that. I bought it from a
Yeah.
guy. But I like it. It's a great little brush. Now, if you want to pay a bit more money, you can go for the.
Eclipse?
No, that's yeah. I've also got a high performance as well. High performance. Ah, here's here. This is the high performance Hiawatha, which is a nice brush. It's about $200. It's a beautiful airbrush. It's absolutely fantastic. And if you want to try something a little bit different, which apparently is one of the better brushes I bought the other day, this is the harder Steenbeck Infinity, which is also a really beautiful brush. This is a 0.15 needle, which is probably the smallest needle you can get for doing very detailed stuff. But I find for doing general coverage, this is fine. The little Revolution or the high performance work fine. You can never have too many airbrushes, right? It's like, you know. So basically, anybody who wants to have a go with this can come up. If not, I'll just carry on doing something else. As I say, you can spray it. You can change your. You can get a very, very tight pattern with this. I can get it right down to, you know, almost to a pencil. By thinning the paint, changing the air pressure. You can come and see this. We're doing camouflage.
I'm the king of rattle cans. I'm really good at rattle cans. But of course, my problem with rattle cans is controlling the overspray. Now I'm noticing we've got virtually no overspray here.
No, because I'm controlling the pressure, and I'm controlling the amount of airflow, and I'm controlling the amount of
I'm
paint.
almost getting the impression I could paint a whole model on this table without even using a spray booth.
Yeah. Well, I don't use a spray booth because you know it's. I have out my window. I have a modeling room upstairs, one of the bedrooms. So I just open the window. My wife does complain occasionally, but I just close the door. Shut up! I'm busy. So, okay, so this is all pretty basic stuff. The only thing about airbrushing is you've got to practice, right? You can read all the books, you can see all the videos, but basically you've got to get down and you've got to practice. So you can practice doing your, little patterns, and writing your name, chasing the cat or something. I don't know what you want to do with it. But as I say, normally when you're painting a model like this one, I would, if you want to do an overall finish, just do light coats and gradually build it up, and then you got a nice finish. Don't try and put on too much at once, otherwise it will get you won't get that nice finish.
Are you keeping a wet edge?
A wet edge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this one.
Here that is. There we go. See, I'm just gradually building this. Eh?
What?
It's a wet edge.
When you paint, there's a slight overlap. So
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm just building this up here. That's a great. I'm just building up that brown, just building up just to, and then now, probably the most important thing about airbrushing is, it's not the airbrushing, it's cleaning the airbrush afterwards. You should always be, don't do this. Go away for 3 days and come back and expect it to work, because it'll just all get gummed up. Now the acrylic paints are better than the old oil-based paints, but I'm always I'm always very, very conscious of cleaning, even after when I'm changing paints. If I'm changing paints, what I'll do is, I'll just do that. But I haven't got a sink upstairs by this point. What I'll do is, once I've finished it, doesn't take long, even this one, I just get some methyl hydrate, which is best for preventing gas line freezing, cleans glass surfaces, thins shellac, and cleans brushes, so it's pretty good. It's probably not carcinogenic, but the extra ear I've grown, this is giving me problems. Okay, so what I do is afterwards, I get my little doohickey here, stick it in, and I have a brush here. I like a brush because I think if you use a Kleenex, or sometimes the Kleenex or Q-tip, what happens is little bits break off and they get stuck in the nozzle. Okay, so just do that. Clean it out with the brush. It's a nice soft brush. Get a piece of tissue. Do that. And then what I do is I just pull the needle out. All right, pull the needle out. Give that a little. Get my brush, handy dandy brush there. Just clean the brush off. And then reinsert it. Sometimes if it's, I'll put the blunt end in first of all, just to line everything up. Put the needle in, and then you can change your color. We'll go to a different color. We'll just put some. We'll put maybe a nice yellowy green color in there. Do the same thing. Take your Tamiya paint there. Get your handy dandy Badger doohickey. I think one thing you must, when airbrushing, always keep everything clean. Don't get things dirty. Oh, then you just put some of this in, little doohickey of this. Mix it 50. It depends. Some people use more than 50-50. I find 50-50 works usually pretty good. 50% Tamiya, 50% thinner. One thing I forgot to show you there. At the end of the night, before I put everything away, I'll do a more of a thorough cleaning by using a few little implements I got there. This is also a very good thing to have one of these things here for resting your airbrush on. You can put up to two on that, and just you can continue spraying. It sounds like a different color. This is a kind of a yellowy green color. You see how it's going on? Nice and goes on. Just building up gradually the color. You can get close. You can. Nice thing about this compressor is very quiet. These are, there are better ones. I want to make one with a little tank, like a holding tank, which is very good. You don't get the pulsing, but quite frankly, I've never really had a problem with that. But they're about 300, I think about $300, $400. So, but it is, if you're doing a lot of spraying, it's probably advisable to get one. Same thing here. You just spray it on. Gradually build it up to the desired color you want. Okay. Anybody else want to go with this? I'm going to try the airbrushing. Okay. Don't be shy if you want to have a go. It's very. All I can stress is you have to practice, right? No matter how much you read, just get the airbrush out, get your compressor hooked up, get an old model or a piece of paper, and just practice drawing lines across like that, back and forth. Though you can actually write your name. You can play around with the thinning of the paint, the pressure you're using. Okay, so I'm now finished with that one. So before I finish for the night, I'll always give the airbrush a really good clean. Get the thinner, or put it in here, give that a good swish around like that. Oops. In this case, I'm lucky I've got a sink right by, just wash it out. What you can also do is you put in front of the airbrush, that blows the air back, which cleans out any residue. But I can't over stress how important it is to keep everything clean. Now, occasionally, you will get the thing getting blocked. Now, on these Iowatas, there's a very small nozzle. I'll show that to you right now. So what I do is, prior to finishing the model for the night, take the back off, pull out the needle, as I did before, clean the needle, clean the needle with the methyl hydrate, Make sure there's no crap on there. And then, by the way, these things are very, very sharp, so be careful you don't jab yourself. Take this is a tooth. These many things for cleaning your teeth. What I do is I put a little bit of the thinner in there, run that through like this, just push it down, and that cleans everything. It's all the residual crap out like that, right? And you can blow that through like that. Now, before I take this off, I take the front end off here. Just clean that off like that. I'm sure we've got our stuff in this door. You see how much dirt's there? That's from previous. It's actually this is quite good. This one hasn't got. It's not too linty, so let's give it a little clean. Let's look at the crap. Now, if for some reason, and you see how small this thing is here. This is the nozzle. It's tiny. You see, I can't really show you how small it is, but this is a little wrench for taking it off. This sometimes, what happens is your needle goes through there. You see, you can't see it, but this goes back and forth. Now, eventually you'll get some gunk or some stuff in there. It'll prevent the needle from going all the way through. So what you have to do is take the little wrench here, undo this, and it's tiny. What I then do, because it's usually, is soak it in some kind of lacquer thinner. Then, if it's still blocked up, this is stainless steel wire. It's what I do. I untwist one little strand, so it's only a few microns thick, and then you can poke it in and poke it out. So once you poke all the crap out, then you can run your needle back and forth until it actually goes all the way through. So this occasionally happens. So people, it won't work, and then you just double check to make sure the needle is seating properly. And no matter what you do, eventually, sometimes you might get some paint which is dried there or something on the tip. But just every now and again, you might have to do that. So take the thing off, unscrew it, then soak it in some lacquer thinner, and then poke the little thin wire. See, I just take one strand of this twisted stainless steel wire, and you can poke that through to clean it. Now this is typical for the Iawatas. Other airbrushes aren't quite the same, but it's all the same theory. But as I say, I can't overstate how important it is to keep the airbrush clean. Because if it gets dirty or it gets blocked, it won't work properly and you'll get poor results. So that's fairly clean. You can also lubricate these. You can lubricate the needle with some, there's various types of lubricant you get from Iowata. This gel for lubricating the actual needle itself. I use lacquer thinner. I use methyl hydrate for cleaning it. So basically, the airbrushing, I've shown you how you mix the plane, hook up the compressor. How you can change the air pressure. You can change the thinning of the paint to get different results. You just got to practice. Experiment with different paints, have different types of what suits you best. As I say, once you've actually finished your airbrush, make sure you clean it properly. Because the next time you go back over, there's nothing more frustrating than taking the airbrush out, hooking it up, it doesn't work. So before you put it away for the night, clean it. Clean it and make sure it works ready for the next time. Okay, any questions?
Sandy, have you ever tried any of the chemicals or something that you can put on the needle and that to keep it clean or to stop it?
Well, you can put this on. This is actually the lubricant for the needle.
Okay, so
all right. This is the super lube, non-toxic, non-silicon Iowata lube. In fact, this one, when you push it down, I've actually found just putting a little WD-40 on there helps lubricate it nicely. Or you can get maybe something like a sewing machine oil.
So you take the needle out?
Yeah.
And you spray it with WD-40?
No, where it pushes down, you pull the you push it down, put it with WD-40, that helps. Because I've had problems with them sticking sometimes, and I tried ultrasonics, and I just put a little drop of WD-40, where if you can feel the action, this has got a real nice action to it. That's the maintenance. There's another airbrush here. I think John wanted to see it. This is the a harder Steenbeck, which is obviously German name like harder Steenbeck. Apparently, it's a very nice little airbrush. It's a little bit expensive. It's about $200. I think about $239. I think.
Do you have a water trap in your line?
Yes, I do. Good point actually, Chuck. One of the problems you get sometimes if you're doing a lot of spraying is you get the moisture. Now this one's actually got a trap here in the actual regulator here, and I've also got on the airbrush itself a little water trap here, which also acts as a kind of way of give you a good thing to hold on. So I'm going to try this, John. Do you want to try this, John? I'm going to put some paint in this. Actually, you said you were interested in this. I'm going to put a little drop of paint in the in mine. You never go with this. So you can pick it. I'm just trying to do that. So compare that with the Super Micron. There's certain, I'm not sure you have to take it apart. Okay, let's see if it works. This is a different airbrush. As John was asking me about it earlier on. It's a lot of people are using this now. It's for just about delicate, very work.
You mentioned this is a
0.15 needle. The other one was 0.18. This is 0.15. So this is about as small as you can get commercially available. And you get the really professional ones like the Iowata custom microns, which are about $400.
Hey man, don't touch my microphone.
Well, you can get them down here. Right there, down here.
Actually, you can hold the brush right against the thing.
Yeah, you can fit the paint and check. I can turn it down a little bit. Try it down. Yeah, okay. Ah, there's it. Where the Coke spoon? We turn the apron down a little bit.
Sandy, how much was that brush?
About $239.
What is it again? It's
That's the Infinity, the harder Steenbeck Infinity. Yeah.
Hold it closer.
I'm trying it a little bit.
how's it, John?
Better? I just turned up the air pressure a little bit. Yeah. Try it. Does anyone want to try this one? This is the. Chuck wants to try this one as well.
Actually, if you guys want to go up and
Yeah, come up and have a look around.
start around.
Yeah, I think it's about half the price of the custom micron.
Where's the trigger?
Push it down and try it. This is about 10 psi. 10 psi that, and that's. Yeah. Try it, turn it down a bit. Try it, turn it a little bit.
What's that brush worth?
$240.
And how much is the compressor? I use it.
Actually, the rest are about $200.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. But that one's Yeah, I know. I don't want to Yeah, this was this is a gravity feed. It's a gravity feed airbrush. I like gravity feed.
But I find actually, maybe it's just because I'm used to different
Airbrushes I've seen just like 0.5, 0.3. This is I guess just so much smaller.
1.15. This is a very small one. This is a bit small, so commercially you can buy an airbrush. And it's quite nice actually.
Pretty brush itself.
You want to try it?
No. This smells is not too bad. Yeah. This can be a little bit smellier, and you can still clean it. Way cheaper. Yeah, but this is for it's just, I don't use it for cleaning, I use it for cutting the paint. I'm getting Yeah, I got a filter for a water trap here and a water trap at the base of the airbrush. So I got two water traps. See, actually, this trap was actually designed for the North America because they decided to go this way. A lot of people know. I use that basically.
I always used to think that these were really like alcohol. They are.
Yeah, but they do cut better with using lacquer.
That's nice.
Alright, so anybody else want to go?
How was it? Sandy, that was great. Thanks, man.
No, you want to go there?
That's a nice airbrush, eh?
Dave's got one. Dave's got one. So we're on this.
All around the blue.
See, I don't know if I'd be able to stay consistent. Like, see how big you're doing it this week? Yeah. I don't know if I'd fall off that.
Yes, just push it. Put your finger in it. And just push it down. Just try one hand.
Ask my brother-in-law if he can get those. He runs in England. He has they own like 3 art supply stores. I don't know if they support it. Go on YouTube. There's tons of videos on this.
Yeah, but I'll buy one. Just buy one of the.
It comes with different models too.
I said try to give it a try. I said anybody wants to come have a go. Wow, it's smooth, man. Very nice airbrush. That's an old work. I think I paid $60 for the brand new.
Okay, gentlemen, we're going to go on to our last slideshow. Sandy, thank you very much. That's
Are you going to be around to sign autographs?
maybe later on.
He's gonna airbrush the.
So Bob Bridey is going to show us.